Good morning guys, Balasabas here, just taking you on my morning walk here, and I wanted to talk to you guys for a while now how you can be an awesome guest on someone else's show. I am joining people on their live streams or podcasts on a regular basis each week, and so I've picked up a few things, so I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's get started. Alright, so the best way that I can think of doing this in this video is to break the tips up into 3 categories: before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. So let's grab a quick seat here and I will start with what to do before the interview even happens. Alright, so before the interview, this is very, very important. You're setting the stage for success for you and the host of the show. The first thing that you need to do to be an awesome guest on someone else's show is to send your promotional assets, your headshot, your bio, your social links, your logos. Put it all in a Google folder, send it over to them as soon as that collaboration is confirmed. If you want to see what I share with hosts that invite me to their show, then check the description down below and you'll see a link to my Google shared folder. Feel free to copy it and hopefully it helps you be an awesome guest. The second thing is promote the event. Most shows will schedule their live streams ahead of time, so promote it. They may even tag you in social posts. That makes it even easier for you to share that with your audience on Facebook, Instagram stories, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and anywhere else that they are sharing that piece of content, that collaboration. Share it with your audience. This goes a long way to building that connection, that relationship with that host and their team, so you can continue to do more collaborations with this person in the future. And here's the bonus tip before the interview even happens. I've got actually 2 bonus tips. One is right now, the other one I'll share with you at the end of the video. Here's what you do. Create a short video thanking them for inviting you to the collaboration. This is actually a tip that I learned from Evan Carmichael. When I invited Evan Carmichael to the 24-hour corn stream over here at TUBEBUDDY, he sent me this Unlisted YouTube video. It was only 2 minutes long, but he told me the best way that he can work with me as a guest. He told me what to expect. He told me that he would be there on time. He told me that he would not have his phone on. He told me to ask him any questions that I wanted to ask him, to treat it like a consulting session. And it basically set the tone for our conversation during the live stream, the expectations, and it was just such a nice little personal touch. So as soon as I finished watching that video from Evan, I immediately created my own video, and I'll share that down below in the description. You can check out what I send, and it's such a good impression on them on how professional I am as a guest. Alright, so now that we're done with what to do before the interviews, let's talk about what to do during the interviews. Alright, so the first thing during the interview is arrive 10 to 15 minutes before the actual interview starts, especially if it's a live stream. If it's a live stream, you want to go there early to the link, whatever the link is that they send you, and show up so that you can test your audio and your video ahead of time. You can also get some special instructions from the host or the producer of that show. Have your lights, your camera, your microphone all set to go. All your equipment is dialed in so that you're not spending that 10 to 15 minutes before you go live fidgeting around with your equipment. It just shows your professionalism. Even if it is a recorded interview, for example, if it's a podcast, still show up on time, respect the host and their team's time, because a lot of the times podcast hosts will actually do batch recording. So you are one of many recorded interviews that they're going to be doing that day. So if you're late, then it throws off their entire schedule. The next thing, turn off all your notifications. Turn your phone upside down on your desk, turn off Slack, turn off any distractions so that you can focus entirely on the host and your conversation, as well as their guest if it's a live show. Sort of part B to that is during the live stream, be engaging, be a fun guest, but also answer their questions with as much value as you possibly can. Don't hold back. This is an opportunity for you to show off what you know, your authority, your knowledge to a whole new audience that could be potentially your clients as well. Another tip here during the interview, guys, is read the host and be aware of the platform that interview is taking place in. This is what I mean. If the interview is a podcast, it's more long form, then you can go off on tangents, you can tell stories, and you can take more time with your answers, versus if it's a Facebook Live or YouTube Live or LinkedIn Live, where you need to be punchy and quick with your answers because the attention span of the viewer is not going to be as long. Done lots of interviews on different formats, and trust me, once you listen and watch yourself on different formats, if it doesn't line up, if you are talking too long on a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live or a LinkedIn Live, it definitely shows if you're answering too quickly for a podcast that is more long form, where you are expected to be more in depth with your answers, then trust me, it's a lost opportunity. So be aware of the platform and read the host. All right, guys, so that is what to do during the interview. Now let's talk about what to do after the interview, which is super, super important to continue the relationship with the host and get the most out of this piece of content that you create together. All right, so the first thing is jump into the comments. Right after the interview is done, hop into the comments, engage with the audience, answer the questions, thank them for their comments, thank them for hanging out with you. This will build relationship not only with the host, because they'll appreciate you doing this, but also builds relationship and new connections with the host's audience. The next thing you can do after the interview is done is to share it with the audience. Now, share it on social, that's the easiest way to do it. You can share it on email as well, but if you want to take it one step further, create a short video using just your phone and just thank the host for inviting you to the show. Also, share a few high-level points, takeaways with your audience in that video and share it on social. Invite them to check it out. Really, really simple. Also, after the interview is done, leave at least 10 to 15 minutes on your calendar to just hang out with them, chat with them, ask them what they're up to over the next few months that you can support them in. This can oftentimes lead to collaborations, JV partnerships. So very, very important to just at least have that sort of personal time one-on-one with the host to see what they're up to and see what you can do together in the future. If you have your own show, your own podcast, or your own live show, or your own YouTube channel, then make sure to invite that host. If there's a fit with your audience and the content, invite that host to be a guest on your channels. Remember, you want to build relationships. You want to build long-term partnerships with hosts, other content creators, and other experts in your space. All right, here's my bonus tip. If the collaboration took place in a YouTube live or it's a YouTube video that the host uploaded to their YouTube channel, here's my tip for you. Create a YouTube channel if you don't have one. If you have one, awesome. Then make a playlist of all the collaborations that you've done on other people's YouTube channels. So put all those videos together in a playlist on your channel and then add it as a section on your YouTube channel homepage. You can put it at the bottom, but at least you have a body of work of collaborations that you can show off to future collaboration partners. If you have any tips on how to be an awesome guest on other people's shows, then make sure you leave them in the comments. Our whole community here can benefit from it. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.